Hello, friends. It's 3:45 a.m. and I've been thinking about how we stop ourselves and how change is the only constant in life. Yet we waste so much time resisting it and energy and effort instead of flowing with it. Because the reality we're coming up right now, the reality construct or matrix, whatever you want to call it, we've been predominantly living in has been built on so many rules, regulations, restrictions, and linear thinking. Whereas a life doesn't work that way. And if we pay attention to nature, we see that everything is constantly changing and unfolding, and nothing happens exactly at the same time. And no day is ever the same. The weather in a single day can change dramatically. And um, we're supposed to adjust to it and not be afraid, but flow with the change. And okay, now it's sunny, I'm enjoying it. Okay, now it's pouring down rain. Now it's humid. Now it's fresh. And when we seek security, when we try to cling to security, is when we get really anxious. But when we realize that we are part of life and life is lifing, and so we need to be lifing too and allow. And to me, that's, surrender, what everybody talks about spiritually. Um, to surrender, to surrender your ideas. Like at the end of each day, surrender all you think that you know, all the rules, all the things, and then be open for the delicious possibility of the new. And if things were working a certain way today, it doesn't mean that they have to work a certain way tomorrow. Which, you know, there's a little bit of element of surprise there. But instead of approaching it with fear, we can approach that element of surprise with curiosity. And when we manage to flip that on the inside, then all of a sudden life becomes exciting because we don't know if I'm not attaching to a certain occupation, to a certain anything, then if something comes tomorrow and sounds exciting, I can do it. And today I can be a photographer, and tomorrow I can be a spiritual life coach, and the next day I could write a book, and the next day I could create a YouTube channel. And a person can be a lot of things based on their curiosities, their aptitude, abilities, and what sounds exciting. And when we stop clinging to a certain definition of ourselves, others, in the world, then we open up to that delicious possibility. And instead of being a noun, something confined, and a person of its own making, in a word that defines it, we can be this constant unfolding. And one thing I notice, when you meet somebody and they always want to know, like, who are you? Like, what do you do? What's your age? What's your nationality? And it's like as if that means anything. None of these things mean anything of who I really am. And if you want to know who I really am, it would take forever to find out. And maybe you need to learn that you need to like look at everything that I've created and to ask me things that are more intangible yet permanent. What are my values? How have I walked through the fire? What do I believe in? What are my hopes and dreams and fears? What are my passions? And the inner world is something that so many people neglect and are afraid to explore. always looking on the outside, talking about other people, other things. But when we have the courage to explore that inner world and art that's so beneficial for that, art created by others and the art that comes out of us, then we realize that that's the only true reality. And we're all sorry, I'm yawning because it's early. Mm, but yeah, like this reality that everybody tries to cling to and conform to is just a construct built for convenience so we can all kind of hopefully get along. But we're different souls here for different lessons and on different paths and different stages of our development. Some are more advanced than others, some have had more lifetimes than others, and we can't expect for everybody to be on the same level and pretend as if everybody is on the same level and everybody should be wanting the same things and feeling the same things, or not have feelings whatsoever, just follow blindly rules and regulations. And yes, some of these rules and regulations are really good. They create that sense of order and belonging, I guess. But then we need the unknown, we need the wilderness, we need the things that have not been defined yet in order to feel that aliveness. Because if everything is defined, if everything is boxed in, if all you can give me is one label or a couple of labels that make sense, then where does my humanity and divinity and cosmic origins and potential and a room for expansion, where is that? But when we realize that we're constantly changing, that all of our experiences leave a mark on us, and it depends how we process them. And we're never the same. Like Alice in Wonderland, I knew who I was this morning, but now I'm a different person. And to me, that's the only way to live, especially now with all the information available and uh, all this possibility to glimpse at other worlds, other minds. It's impossible to not be changed each day, to not be enriched each day, to not be confronted with something that challenges your way of thinking each day, to not expand into more feeling each day, and to not live as this alive kaleidoscope of feelings and thoughts and ideas and beliefs and experiences, a whole universe. So let's keep unfolding and following those desires and following the passion and the fire within and pursuing the things that are of interest to us and that spark something in us and make us feel alive, and it gives that sense of potential, possibility, unknown, adventure, exploration, excitement, aliveness, acceleration. Otherwise, we're just slowly dying, we're not living.